All right, good morning, boys and girls. It is just about 15 minutes, maybe a little bit less to market open on Friday, the 13th of March. First things first, let's get this cleaned up a little bit here. Looks like we've had some markers here that have been uh, liquidity points that have been hit. So we are going to clear those out, take a look at our daily bias, and then see what the market holds for us. We do have some red folder news today. Let's take a quick look at that. I believe, yeah, there it is. The JOLTS jobs opening. That's going to be happening in a little while. Um, I'm not sure how impactful that's going to be as far as this trading is concerned. Mostly it's CPI and FOMC announcements that have the greatest kind of impact. So for now, we're just going to ride ride it as it is. All right, so let's get rid of some of these. All right, so let's get the rest of them in there real quick. Let's see here. We have, come on, man. There we go. Get that. We got that. Oops. There we go. And clear this one. Okay. So now that we have that marked out, everything looks okay. Let's go to our 1 hour real quick on these and take a look at what our bias is. All right, so it's looking pretty good that we are reversed and in an uptrend now. Let's see, what do we have here? We have a very small value gap there. We've got a bigger one here, an hourly, that we could still be testing here. So let's take a look here. Yeah, something along these lines here. Okay. But it does look like we are now heading into an uptrend. So we're looking pretty good, actually. We have a little bit of a bearish SMT kind of thing going on here. From here to here. And from here to here. So we could be looking at something bearish to start with. We do have a fair value gap down here that we'll need to be paying attention to. And one there. I'm going to go ahead and mark those out as well, because I think they will be significant enough to see if we actually have full inverse of those or not, but those are on the hourly. So let's see what the 4 hour looks like. The 4 hour, we are looking like we're getting back into an uptrend. Still in a downtrend, but pushing. If we get this one to close out above, then we could be back into an uptrend. So we're actually getting something that looks a little different between the two. Let's look at the 15-minute as well. Okay. Okay, so fair value gap. We got some fair value gaps here as well, and here. So definitely on an uptrend. So I'm thinking for opening day, we are. This is a tough one. We could have a liquidity manipulation up in here, and then this fair value gap rejects, and, or I should say holds, and then we swing back down. But given that we are looking at a break of structure to the upside on the hourly on both of these, or pretty darn close, I'm just going to see what the market gives us. I'm still thinking we're bullish. I think we're going to have we had this come down. London opened, had a liquidity sweep, and then moved up. I think we're going to have a manipulation and a continuation. I think that's what we're looking at right now. We're probably looking at trying to get up into here somewhere, at least to yesterday's London highs. So I think that's what we're going to be looking for. We're going to look for a manipulation and then some longs, I think, is our initial bias right now. So we'll just see what the market manipulation looks like, and then we'll scroll down and look for an entry opportunity. Cody left home. That's interesting. I don't recall him going by. Okay. Interesting. Okay, We got about 4 minutes to market open, so we're just going to sit tight and see what the market gives us. Okay, I'm going to go put my watch on the charger and we will go from there. Okay, about 2.5 minutes to market open. Okay, we've got a little bit of a fair value gap right in here too, a little 15-minute in both of these. So I would like to see that this comes down, respects this gap, and then as it moves back up, we'll be looking for longs, I think, is going to be our play on this. Okay, got market open coming up here. We got a couple of fair value gaps in there actually on the 15. So if we come up here and take out London highs and New York highs early, then we are probably likely looking at the liquidity sweep up in here and then moving down. But I just get the feeling that we're going to be looking at getting down into here and then moving up and making these our targets. This value gap right in here is the only area where we might see some resistance. Not so much on the S&P. Fair value gaps down in here. This is the other one we talked about. Small one right here on the 5 minutes. So this is right in the realm. It looks like a really strong area to hold up. So we'll just wait for this to make its move. Right now we're just seeing some slow action, just a bunch of sideways while bulls and bears are duking it out, trying to figure out what direction the market's going to manipulate first. We do have some low areas of liquidity down in here. It's just these two value gaps here that might be a little worrisome. But I still think we're going to come down in here. And then if we breach back up, I think that's a great opportunity to go there. So that might take a few minutes for it to work itself out. Okay. Not in any hurry at this moment. I'm going to let things work themselves out. We got some time. Right now, the 5 minute and the 15 minute are going to look nearly identical, as you can see. Pretty much the same. It's going to be another few seconds before it makes a secondary move. But I think that next move, because of this candlestick here, we're going to be heading down. I might take a quick scalp on this one, just because I think we're heading down into lower territory. We do have what appears to be a break of structure on the 5 minute right now, so this could be a good indicator that we are going to curl over just a little bit. All right, I'm going to take two to the south side here. Just for a quick scalp. Like I said, I think we're dropping into lower liquidity area there. It's more just a feeling than anything. I don't really have any proof to say that it's going to do that, but there we go. I'll take that. Okay. So good there. Okay. So I'm good on that. I'm going to pause this while I switch accounts, and then I'll start working on the other one. That was a good win right there. About $900. Okay. I think we're back. Yeah, we're back. Okay. So, took the trade on the Tradeify account. That one was good. That one was good for 958 and change, $958 and change. So that puts us in a really good spot for getting ready to qualify that account come Monday. So right now I am in the already qualified account, just looking to try to get some profit on the day here. So right now, looks like we had a little bit of a manipulation down here. We did get down here where I thought we would, below this area of liquidity. We might bounce around a little more here, to tell you the truth. I think we're still going to be playing some games here, maybe testing this fair value gap before punching up. So we're going to take our time on this one, because we've got this on both. I want to see if there's anything significant forming here that I need to be on top of. Okay. So S&P is starting to pull a little bit higher. Looks like S&P wants to get to those London highs pretty quick. We might already be looking at getting our continuation. So I think what I'm going to do is we're just going to give it a minute here. This, for all I know, this move could go without us. I'm not going to allow myself to get any FOMO here. So I think the best thing at this point is just to be aware of where our areas of resistance might be. This fair value gap. We're still trying to figure out market manipulation right here. We had just a little bit of a move down. We did not get that on here, so I am thinking that we're bullish. We got kind of an SMT going on here. I don't know that I would call that a downtrend, though. It's still technically part of an uptrend. We're just kind of hanging out. We're just kind of going sideways right now. S&P's looking bullish. You know, NASDAQ not so much. A little more sideways, but they're both bullish still. They're still both bullish. We did get a break of structure on the 5-minute to the downside. That's what gave me the inkling to want to take that quickie trade, that little scalp. That's basically all that was. That, you know, certainly would not have been a wise long-term trade. You know, it's not like I wanted to find, you know, any target points. You know, at best, I thought maybe we were going to get down into the fair value gap and then, you know, reject out of that and come back up. But, you know, certainly not one of those kinds of trades where I'd be aiming for lows down here or anything like that. That was strictly a scalp play, and I knew that going in. So it looks like we are getting an SMT here. We're still very much in bullish structure on the 5-minute with the with ES, NQ. Still a little sideways type stuff going on, but we are definitely heading toward London highs here. So it's just a matter of, let me pull down to the 1-minute, see if there's any indication that we have. Okay. Not much going on there. Let's see what the 1-minute looks like here. You know, maybe a little pullback into this 1-minute fair value gap and then curling back up, but really we're already so close it's probably just going to take it anyway. We already had, well, we had our break of structure right here. So this probably would have been a good play right here on the 1-minute to take this up. The break of structure happened, not quite here yet, but yeah, I'm not going to take this because, you know, even if this does get to London highs, I missed the move, so I'm not even going to try. I'm not going to chase this one. It's not worth it. It's going there, but yeah, you can see it's already getting ready to hit. So we're just going to have to see what happens. Maybe it'll get up into the fair value, into this 1-hour fair value gap right here and curl out of it. We're also coming up on news here in a few minutes, so I'm going to sit tight. I'm going to sit tight. There's no need to be in a hurry. There is absolutely no need to be in a hurry. Let the setup, let it come to me. Let the setup come to me. Okay, so we got our London highs here, so we could have our secondary manipulation up in this region. We've got New York highs that we can still get to. Yeah, yesterday's highs, New York session highs. So right now we're forming a bit of a Bearish SMT on the 5 minute. Wait it out. Okay, broke London highs on both. Next stop, New York highs. S&P's looking good. Let it take New York highs. There we go. Took New York highs on ES. This could be our continuation plays. I'm going to wait until NQ New York highs get hit because we're not even 15 minutes into the day right now. So there's still a lot of movement that we can work with and speculate on. All right, first 15 minutes complete. I'll be looking for a little bit of a pullback here now. We're into that fair value gap, and we've already so right here we've got New York highs now going to create a little resistance on the liquidity sweep. We have this 1 hour fair value gap that can also create a little resistance on the as well, and we have what looks like the making of our market manipulation. So all indications are as we start looking for a bearish signal or something that's going to pull back before we push back up higher again. Because maybe the market manipulation will come here and then it'll start working its way back down. Maybe it's already happened and now we're just pushing up. So I guess we're going to see because this just keeps wanting to move. I really don't want to go chasing this. Let me take a look at what the 1 minute's looking like. Yeah, this is just up and up and up. So, I mean, if anything, maybe something coming back into these fair value gaps and then back up. I've got to wait for a pullback. This is just moving too fast without me. Okay, touch through that fair value gap. Maybe that's the peak. We already got New York and we got the fair value gap. This is going to have to pull back. I mean, it doesn't have to, but nothing has to do anything I'm going to say it's going to do. It's nature of the market. But we are playing right around these markers. This is typically where something will peak and reverse. Like this is a key point that it could in both of these. Or it could just keep screaming up. Okay, if we get a break of structure to the downside, I'm going to be looking at this fair value gap here. See if that inverses. Got a fair value gap here we can inverse as well. There we go. All right, we're coming down on this. So I'm going to go ahead and take a short here. I got my stop above that fair value gap. So that's actually not too bad. It would be a little bit of a loss if I took that, but I think I'd be okay with that. Really the key here is to see if this steeplechase we're looking at, if we got something here. I think my target would be somewhere down here around equilibrium because that'll be the curl point. So stop is above those highs, and the take profit is going to be down here in these fair value gaps. So we just got to let this run. See if I can get to about the $600 mark. That might be good enough. It's taking its time. It's looking about right for the way this moves. I hate having to chase the dollar amounts because there we go. Okay, I'm going to pop out there. I know that this is probably still headed down, but that really is a better target right there at those highs because that could be a good reversal point. We're also in the middle of this fair value gap right here. So we're kind of struggling with a couple of different indicators, a couple of different confluences that might tell us things are going to slow down there. Not sure where I popped out of here. Let's take a look. 470. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, it looks like this might reject. Okay, let's take a look at the 5-minute here. I just don't know that I want to take another chance on this right now. Yeah, this is looking more like it's gonna head back up at this point. I think we found all the trace back that we could, so that was a good scalp. I'm gonna tell you the truth, with high impact news coming out in about 8 minutes, I think that's going to be about it for the day. Not a bad day overall. I think that puts me up about 1400 on the day. Is that about right? Let's see, what do we got here? We've got, yeah, almost 470 there. 950, yeah. Yep, we're up over 1400 on the day. Okay. Yeah, I'm just taking these little scalps. I'm sure there's a lot more movement in the market, a lot more opportunity there, but with these prop firm accounts, you got to play by the rules, and unfortunately, that really throttles the way you can take advantage of take profits and numbers and really maximize the potential of this particular strategy that I'm working. But still, it seems to be working out okay. So another good day, everybody. 35 minutes in, looking good. I'm going to finish my coffee and go kiss my wife. And happy Friday the 13th, y'all. I've got a show tonight, so it's going to be a long, busy day for me today. Y'all take care and happy trading. Be responsible, make wise choices, stay patient, stay disciplined. Alrighty, y'all. Bye.